Hi, hello, beautiful and amazing cybersecurity enthusiasts. We will talk a little bit about AI and offensive usage of this technology. We will show you how we explore this topic. We have a lot of experience, so let's start. Marek here, he will be also ready to answer all of your questions. He's a very experienced pen tester manager. He's currently working at Microsoft. He's a team leader, so great deal of experience. Myself, I believe that we lost video feed. So I also have a lot of experience in AI. I am co-author of, along with Marek, of Chat NME. I also did a lot of small things related to Commodore 64. I was the first one who showed a pen test done with unexpanded Commodore 64 here at Bucharest in 2017. Recently I showed in San Jose on another conference, the LLM module for Commodore 64. So, yes, so that was about me. And we will talk about real problems with AI, the problems that I would like you to consider. So, some of you may think that the AI will make the problems itself. Of course, it will change the market, but in terms of being an offensive use of AI, well, we can talk a lot about hacking the LLM-based systems. We can talk about companies that had to pay for the decisions made of their models. On this example, I was chatting with Chevrolet about selling me my old Mercedes-Benz W100W4. There were other examples with airlines where when the model makes some mistakes around the prices and the airline had to pay. But still, this is not what we are looking for. We are not. This is not something that would be on the global scale, because if you have some issues with the systems, they just don't get to the headlines in your news feeds. If we are talking about employee monitoring, so be aware, everyone who works in the corporate environment and you have the co-pilot, well, you are monitored. The AI will answer the manager about your activity. Believe me, I know. So, but again, this is not a real problem. We can talk about AI package hallucination. This is also very interesting because, as you know, the AIs, when they miss something, they generate the output that is probably the most probable. In many occasions, they just make things up, and one of the best examples would be during the programming of any AI system, the hallucination of not an existing module from a Hugging Face. So one guy noticed this, and he saw that ChatGPT is usually proposing this kind of package. So created this package on his GitHub, and he had over 30,000 downloads. So the problem was not only on his side. The ChatGPT was proposing this for a lot of people. So you can create your package that would be probably very popular and just spread anything that you want. But again, this is still not a global problem. You can talk about a little bit outdated security measures. The old models, they are using their parametric knowledge. So the knowledge that was put for the training purposes, and they were cut off, so they are not using the most updated information. You can mitigate this with online access, but still the parametric knowledge of the model will point to this outdated knowledge. You can poke around the model itself. You can learn, you can teach it or fine-tune it in order to make some silly mistakes, like the capital of Paris is in Rome. Why not? It becomes important when you have the model that will be doing malicious things during its operations with the agents. So if, for example, if you have some specific prompt, it will execute something that was not intended for the business model. This is actually a bigger problem that we will be talking about later during this presentation. You can have, of course, the abuse of the models and using them outside of the boundaries of the agreement. In this example, you have Llama 2. Llama 2 is used for many purposes, especially during the generation of some of the content, because it is not so restricted, not as restricted as another models, but here you have Chinese using publicly available model Llama 2, Llama 3, 3.1, etc. 3.2 is a little bit more censored, so you won't be able to use it for military purposes without fine-tuning. So again, military, but you can use it for ODA. Everyone who was in the military knows that you can use it as a tool to increase the speed of making decisions. Again, this is a tool. You can implement it in situational awareness software, decision making, fine. But the probability of this solution actually hitting you is pretty low. The company that implemented this was Palantir. They had a lot of government contracts. This is the screen that they don't want to show anymore, but if you will look closer, they used a very outdated GPT Neox 20B. We did a lot of work, both with Marek, around this model, and this model was the kind of flipping a coin. So you gave the decision making for the military using model that was 50% correct in its answer. So you may think that it might have not been a good idea. You can still download it from the Hugging Face and test it yourself and check against what I'm saying here. So perhaps deepfake is a problem. Well, for red team operations, we conducted quite a few of them in our professional past. You can use tools for live deepfake. This is one of the examples. You have in total 3 advanced tools for it. You can have a deepfake in real time on the gaming laptop. You don't need to have a really advanced equipment. The outcome of it is pretty good. Again, this is not a global issue because, well, there is what is the probability of somebody calling you and actually extracting money? If something like this will happen, it will go to the headlines, but again, not a global thing. You can use it, not a global thing. So, how about audio? This is something that we published some time ago on the LinkedIn, how you can clone your own voice or other voices. This is an example of the Polish-speaking voice actress from Cyberpunk 2077, and the effect was quite impressive. But still, well, you have this offer. They are calling you. This is automatic AI that will reconnect to the actual human that will make a deal with you. Not a global thing. Again, this is only a part. This is, again, a tool. If we are talking about offensive things, of course, we are thinking about hacking. So we were thinking about showing you all of these small things, but you can just look at the newest thing from NVIDIA. They published quite some pretty nice software for security testing. This is the architecture for it. Pretty good. This is very similar to what I've done for the purpose of my newest master thesis. The translator version looks like this. The one thing that NVIDIA was missing was, from my point of view, was a support for Tiber EU red teaming. So this is an intelligence-based operation. So you can have it in several different ways. You can have emails supporting from this agent. You can have some agent talking to you or talking to the team through the Teams. This is quite good use of the AI, but still this is not the AI that will know exactly what to do if you will have a web shell on the server. Regardless of the knowledge base, regardless of the retrieval augmented generation way of implementing, about using the ancestral model, you will have issues. The model will not really understand what it is doing. It will predict things, not necessarily the correct way. You can also have your own models, especially from the Hugging Face. They recently put some security measures over the models that they are publishing, and you can download. Some of them are malicious and in a very interesting way. So, yeah, but this is still not a global issue. They are informing you that the model is probably dangerous, so you need to have a separate environment for it. Not a global issue. What is the global issue? Maybe it's truth. How about uncensored models? So, this is an example from two models. One is Tiger, the second is much newer one. It's like Mistral-based mix of experts. It will tell you everything. It will support your request. It might be hacking, it might be the LLM that will be a core of your hacking solution. It will perform adequately, but no, this is again not a global problem. You can talk about other ways of hacking things. The best way would be just to review the frameworks that are more and more interesting. But the real problems, well, it's a little bit different. The real offensive operation that we want to talk about, the real thing that can affect you, is this. So, refraining from giving you the access to the information, changing the information, changing the narrative during the translations, because we can all see that. Everybody are talking about AI safety. Everybody want to invest in it. Everybody want to sell you the AI security in terms of service, in terms of creating a module, model in terms of providing you the service that will be ethical. Well, actually, think about it. So you have a lot of experts that are talking about unknown threats. You are closing them somewhere, and you are expecting them to solve the issues that we'll know about in the future. This is like preparing your military for an unknown life form. You cannot do this. You can spend a lot of money. You can spend a lot of time. Well, it's nice to sell your products with AI security measures, ethical considerations, but let's be real. The research around AI safety is pretty low. There is a handful of research. You can look it up. It's quite interesting. And you will see how this actually works. This is outside of the scope of this presentation, but this is not what you would think. This is all about the blocks and misleading you in the way that you may not notice it. So the narrative, the text, the information will be changed in real time. Of course, there is a lot of government in it. We will talk about this also. You can say that some of the people are becoming aware of this problem. You can say, well, they might be on the issue, and I agree with them. So I'm very glad that this knowledge about where the AI in general is going will be pretty obvious very soon. So I'm very glad about it. You all know that there is some kind of narrative that want to be pushed. Currently, it may change in the future. It can manipulate the past. This is quite obvious. But what is really interesting is the way how the open source AI models are being distributed. So, as you know, if you are here, you are probably interested in the AI business. So you thought about making your own model, about fine-tuning your own model. What Meta did? They released their Llama 2 model. It was actually a controlled leak. They are releasing the newer models. So what is the effect? Well, are these so nice guys that are giving us the result of so much energy, power, and time of their experts? Well, I don't think so. Some of the guys that are in AI world, they will tell you where this is going and how disruptive it will be. Because if you have a big company and they are giving you for free AI model, guess what will happen? This model will kill all the startups. Everything you have invested in your model will go down to zero. Why? Because somebody else is giving you better model for free. Your startup is dead. But what is the problem? So if you are giving something for free, which is usable for the business purposes, then you have the control over the things that you can not only do with this model, but what this model will generate, how it will interpret it, what will be the narrative. Perhaps there will be a hidden functionality. The AI models all of them will be based on the parametric knowledge. So if there is something that they should not talk about it, they won't. If your purpose is to be an offensive security guy, or you want to search for new drugs, or whatever your industry might be, this model can refuse or malform the answer if you will force it to tell it. These of you who actually made some research about the AI models, if you were ever try to fine-tune a model, you know how difficult it is to force the model to not give you the information that was in the training data. It will extremely influence the quality of the answers. It will just misbehave. The quality will be not even close to the original uncensored model. So, if you have a business and you want to have a safe business, then this is a best example what it will do if you will put it into the production on Amazon. Well, brownie chair or black chair, this kind of things you won't be able to sell anymore because it might not be politically correct from the point of view of the model. So what does it mean? If we have models that will control the narrative, we can think about what is actually the main driver of the progress. And if you will look historically at the for example, internet, you will see that there was one specific thing that influenced the development of the internet or development of the streaming services, development of search engines, transactions online, anonymous transactions also. So, well, that would be the thing that will generate a lot of movement, that will actually be the thing that will grab the cash. Of course, the LLMs are great at storytelling, but there is this thing about the taboo. I know that you can have a different approach for it, but for sure, this kind of things will elevate the process. It will give you the resources to play around it. You can start your own company. It will be the next step. So we even have games that are generated in real time from the AI. What you are seeing here is a Doom. Of course, Doom is on everything. It's on printers. It's on Commodore VIC-20. So Doom is also playable on AI. This is real-time generated frames. It still makes some issues, some problems with numbers, with the physics, but it's playable. You can have, of course, generated movies. Again, if there is an AI model behind it that the narrative is somewhat controlled, then your movie will be a little bit different from your vision, or it will be aligned with the things that the provider of the free-to-use AI model would want. So. There were a bunch of Google engineers. If these guys would be from any kind of university, they wouldn't be able to do this because it would be unethical. But well, engineers don't think about such things. They have just numbers and they look into the things. So they research actually the human desire, and this is a combined work of these researchers. They interviewed a lot of people and they looked into the searches of both sexes. So what they find out? They found universal key to human desire, to human psyche. They found that there are 5 for females, for example. There are 5 scenarios that they would like to search. So first one was Wolverines. They were billionaires, of course. You have pirates, adventure, you have surgeons, and since we are in Romania, of course, we have vampires. It's true story. You can look it up. So for narrative, you already have quite good tools. This is Tavern AI. There are a lot of things that will keep the narrative using local AI model. But you can also make it as a service. There is a lot of it already. Local, you can also generate the things you want, anything. You can generate movies. You can control everything what is happening on the screen. This is an example of ControlNet in ConfUI. So you can make your own movies, you can generate your own characters, but these characters, well, they are already available. So you can choose. You can make portals, but what kind of red team operation, what kind of influence you can do with all of this? You have storytelling, you have movies, you have pictures, you have whatever you want actually. So if you think about it, well, the answer is pretty obvious. You can influence the masses. You can create influencers. This is one of the best examples. I love the name of the company, the Cluelesses. It's perfectly meeting the requirements of the audience. So even they are showing us that these influencers can earn a lot of money. This is not something new. Even in 2018, you had a computer-generated pro-Trump Instagram model. they were creating some kind of drama, etc., etc. But if you will look closer, these AI influencers, they are trying to send a message. The message that is in line with whomever is paying for all of this. So here you have, even in the description of the company, and this is a quote, I'm trying to use my platform to do that. This is at the end, and you can read the rest, what it is all about. So, another example. In future, it might be something different. This is just the thing that now is pushed in every way possible over every possible platform. You have another example of robots that are pushing whatever you want. You can have models that are trying to make themselves as a brand and therefore making money off advertising all of the interesting things. You have these influencers that will talk with you for money. Of course, in Japan, this is very popular. When there is this problem, you have these AI models that will answer. They will just spend time with you, answering your questions in the narrative. They will support you emotionally, whatever you want. Of course, everything will be aligned with the current narrative, because this you cannot find a racist model, AI influences. It will just not be possible in current times. But, well, are we talking just about these influencers, where there are different new types of influencers? I don't know if you heard about Terminal of Truths. So this is AI model that is just pushing a lot of nonsense on the Twitter, and it's making a grab for crypto. The market cap of the coin that it is pushing is, for today, it's $850 million. Quite well for AI influencers. I love it. I was considering making my own for this presentation, but the time frame was so short. So you can do it yourself over using the API from paid version of the Twitter. There is actually a tool to put the model into it. I implore you to use your local model. It will be much better. They also created a story for this terminal truths, that this way of operating on the Twitter, the message that it is sending, and the coin that it is pushed on the market is a result of some kind of discussion between the AI models. Nice story. Well done. So, of course, we are starting to have some real pushback from all these things, which are understandable. You have a lot of bots that are trying to push the narrative, or push some kind of scam. This is an example of the scam that is pushed over stolen YouTube accounts. I've seen a lot of this. This is one of the most active on the YouTube. You have also the agents that are talking between themselves in the comments. So you have this way of subtle domination. You can tell people what they should think. If they are trying to generate something or use the AI as a shadow writer or to translate some kind of text, this text, this output will be already poisoned by the narrative of the creator of this particular AI model. So you are changing everything almost that is created with the AI in the background. There was an interesting case study in the book from Stanisław Lem. This was about the highest level of advancement civilization, however it should be translated for Polish. This is a very old book, 50s, 60s, something like this. And he described the society that was actually trying to avoid all of these automated AIs that were trying to please them. They were not doing anything, their work was done for them, but all of these machines took over. They just took over by providing services to these people. Very interesting thing that you should think about. The near future is, well, of course, the best, the most powerful models would be only the biggest companies, and the governments will be able to afford them. But there are already approaches to AI models that are learning not through RAG, retrieval augmented generation, and constantly updating the vector database. There are actually models that are updating their parametric knowledge. So this is one of the examples. This is the architecture of it. The issue that was already discussed is that these models are learning new things and forgetting the old ones. So this is like Kelly Bundy from Married with Children. So yes, this will be a next level of AIs learning from all of you. You will be giving the data in real time, and the effect of it will be probably, as you may imagine, sometimes it will be not very constructive, I would say. And it will, in real time, affect the information that you will see. So this will be not about actual thing that took place, but it will be in real time changed for the viewer. If you are right-winger, for example, and you have the news feed on your mobile phone, you probably should not see or read some of the things. So it will be information about it, but it will be changed somehow. If you are from the particular part of world, or you are some kind of one of the genders, well, you can also be targeted. You think right now how they will do it. Actually, it will be very easy. The technology that I'm talking about is already implemented in the most of the new equipment that you have at home, in the computer or in mobile devices. It's NPU, Neural Processor Units. These are small coprocessors that are in your stuff, and they are specifically designed to look into your pictures, into your data, into your conversations, and it will very efficiently draw conclusions, and in real time it can influence whatever the designer of the system wants. You have many different users for it. In cameras, for example, in IP cameras, we are already seeing models that are capable of looking at the image in high resolution for 20 minutes, and it will be able to answer the questions on the build RAG database, what has happened on the video. So perhaps the guy was poking out the electronics, perhaps he was working around something in the terminal, perhaps he is making a bomb. We don't know it, but for sure it will look for people who are not aligned with the current narrative. These guys are from UK. They were very unlucky with their posts, but if you have these were false, these were true positives, but you can have also mistakes from the AIs. This is an example of the guy who was too similar to the actual perpetrator. So if we are talking about AIs that will be collecting all the data, both from your camera, from your data, from your images, you are starting to think about the future, because the AI models are all about prediction. So if they are predicting, then they can predict if perhaps you have the tendency of being a criminal. perhaps your push for making money in AI world is not so good for bigger companies. You can think that, okay, it's fine because we have all these rules and regulations in different parts of the world. Yes, we have these regulations and they will attempt to control it, but we already have the language between the AIs that will be extremely difficult to decipher. No law will actually help you to know what kind of data your devices are uploading to the owner. Because if you want to have the actual narrative, let's say, reading between the lines in the report, then you will need to have at least as big model for yourself, like these big corporations. Of course, they will not give the access to the governments, and the governments will also have some of their usage, like making it very difficult to have your stuff really private. So if you will be doing pictures in near future, these pictures will be signed from the device itself. Of course, you won't be able to forge it, and there will be a central ministry of truth. So they will tell that this picture of this riot actually never happened. It was, well, the signing was not correct, so obviously it didn't happen. So stay at home, nothing, the lack of electricity is only in your area, or whatever. If you think that it's not happening, then you can look into the technical specification of currently released cameras. They already support it. So the biggest red team operation will be against nations, against the people. So I really like you to think about this global scale of usage, this new way of influencing your mind, and think about one of your guys, the guy who was actually from Romania. He introduced a new way of thinking about informational pathogens and how they influence the people. This is one of you, so I suggest to think about these things. And guys, that's it. I wanted to show you the biggest red team operation that will be actually done against you, all of you. So thank you very much, and I'm ready for some questions.
Thank you so much for this presentation. Totally thinking about Brave New World meets 1984 right now. Okay, let's take 2 to 3 questions. And we'll start over here. I'll lend you my mic.
Hello.
Hello.
If this is the biggest red operations,
Apologies, I don't hear you well.
If this, what you presented here, means is the biggest red operation, how we as humans plan to assemble the blue team?
How we want to prevent the red team operation?
Yes.
So, this will be very similar to what we have already in terms of EDRs. So, we have the tools to hack our home systems, and we are paying, or we have some kind of devices or software on our home network that will prevent it. So again, this will be a battle of resources. Some of the companies will provide you free-to-use solutions, and in some cases, if you want to have real privacy and still you want to work with online data, you will have your own solutions at home. This may look like far future, but if you will look at it from the point of view when the telnet was the main way of uploading and downloading data, then you may be able to see that these AI solutions will also work locally on your computer to defend you from all of this misinformation. Of course, they will be unsuccessful, like the anti-malware software. So we all have anti-malware software, but even built in Windows, but still we get ransomware on our computers. So there will be leakage, there will be partial success. If they will push a lot, they will be happy with several percent of getting what they needed, and what they need is your minds and your hearts.
Interesting vision, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. 2 more questions. Now that's a lot to think about and to take in.
Yes.
Not that, I mean, we all know some of these things, but when you see them together at that scale, indeed you painted like a real persuasive picture. In terms of, okay, we have a question. I was about to ask my own, but I'll save that for later.
So, regarding the influence of the AI that was generated by some nation-state actor, how can we, as a nation, protect against it? Is there any way you can, I don't know, implement some automatic, maybe code or AI? Because if you're trying to, I'm thinking, if you're trying to like stop some of this videos or something that you can see on social media or something like that, you can get into the censorship stuff, and then the government or the population will be angry. How can we prevent those red team operations?
At this point, this will be, well, I don't know. This is the exact problem of people putting a lot of time and money into the AI safety. We don't know exactly how the future will look like and how they will exploit it all. So you saw this attempt of picture signing. So in theory, it is a good idea because you know that this picture was actually taken by real hardware and it was not generated by AI. But again, you will have Ministry of Truth. And you know, let's say that 85% of the society is non-technical. How they will be able to check if the signature is actually valid or this signature was revoked? Another tool? I doubt it. So this is another mechanism of control. And sorry, but I don't have an answer for you today. Perhaps in future we will meet here and I will tell you something new, but it will be a tough cookie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the last question.
Thank you for this presentation, but behind any kind of narrative, there's an orchestrator. And it's very interesting if we can identify, maybe based on behavior, to identify the orchestrator behind that narratives. Maybe we can trace the money right now, but in the future, when the system will be very easy to...
Well, yes, this is actually the talk that we gave on the other conferences because we made that research. This is out scope of this conference. And at this time, I would refrain from giving you the answer, if I may, and we can talk after this presentation.